that the Elections Commission has already stated that the elections should be held on the 25th of April. It should have been before the 19th of March, but there have been several attempts by this government to postpone it, and the latest one was that there was not enough funding or money for the election. Elections Commissioner had asked rupees 4.5 billion. The government's expenditure per day is about 3 times that, per day. And when the special commodity levy on the import of sugar was reduced, just in a few weeks, the loss of revenue for the government, according to the Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, was 15.9 billion. Only 4.5 billion is required for the election. So, therefore, I'm saying that this needs to be really, this is an affront. Now, the latest trick that has been pulled is that we had the Member of Parliament, Mr. Dolawatta, coming and saying, I wish to bring to your notice a breach of powers and privileges of Parliament arising from the interim order made on Friday the 3rd March in the Supreme Court case SCFR application number 69/2023. This was really shocking that Mr. Dolawatta could bring this up in Parliament and say that it's a breach of privilege. Absolutely shocking that such things could actually happen. Constitutionalism requires a legal and political culture and durable institutions. The legal fraternity in Sri Lanka needs to fulfill its obligations, while those of us who are elected members of Parliament should look at building the political culture and ensuring a democratic culture. In South Asia, including Sri Lanka, the strength and vibrancy of institutions such as the party system, the bureaucracy, the judiciary, and the media as partly the result of long experience with universal adult franchise and a competitive political process. Sri Lanka has inherited this. These are our strengths. Notwithstanding the periodic challenges in Asia, we have had insurrections, coup d'etats, or subversion of constitutional values. However, and sometimes the ruling elite have actually interfered with the constitutional process. However, because our institutions are strong, we have stood up to this. Even in Pakistan and Bangladesh, where there have been a break in constitutional continuity, somehow or other those values have prevailed. Furthermore, civil society participation through human rights groups and social action organizations, journalists and lawyers helping that process has also helped. And I want to say civil society participation is legitimate in a democracy. Therefore, we must ensure constitutional innovation is no longer the sole monopoly of law professionals or party leaders. And party leaders, everyone, including the President, the Prime Minister, everybody should recognize that. Civil society has an expanding role on the frontiers of fundamental rights. And I would say finally, in closing to this, even to our friendly countries who uphold the principles of democracy, human rights, rule of law, you must look beyond individuals and the fear of geopolitical pressures to ensure that values of individual and fundamental rights are upheld. If not, Sri Lanka will deteriorate into a conflict, which we have seen every 20 to 25 years, and we need to avoid this. Therefore, elections must be held on time, and it is not the prerogative of an executive to decide that. And the judiciary has every right to say what it has to say. Don't try to make a conflict between Parliament and the judiciary. Thank you.